Hi everyone, and welcome to my next video in the Bayonetta series for the Xbox 360. This is Chapter 11, the Cardinal Virtue of Justice. So like before, this is a big boss battle stage, but it starts with a pretty lengthy cutscene with Luca and Cereza, and this helped explain the glasses that Cereza and Bayonetta wear. But the thing is, just not to start off this video on a negative note, but I have to say it. I don't like that these boss stages have traditional fights in them. I wish they were just the boss battle so you could focus on that aspect of it. This one starts with a generic fight in this forest area, and I just kind of think it's not really necessary. I know that this part is here to explain how the glasses work and things like that, but I just found that, okay, I've fought these enemies before, nothing new's being introduced, and it just feels like it's, padding to make the game a little longer. So here, you're now fighting I believe it's the third major boss of the game, and this one is, as I mentioned, Justice, and this cutscene is funny. It's, again, there's a lot of sexual tension between Luca and Bayonetta, but nothing ever happens, and she has a fun time with it, and they kind of put a period on those scenes by making them funny. Luca hitting the wall in a very comical manner, and it's again, it's hard to take this stuff too seriously, and I'm just kind of going with it. Bayonetta to me is just sort of this 80s action movie, summer blockbuster is kind of the way I view it. Much in the same way as something like Uncharted. Not 3, because I think they got a little too serious with 3, but especially Uncharted 1 and 2. They just have that nice feel. You have to have that suspension of disbelief. So here's Justice. This is a pretty stereotypical of erotic Japanese anime. So tentacles, and in an earlier chapter, Bayonetta makes a comment about it being tentacles, and rolling her eyes at it. So I'm pretty sure the designers knew what they were doing here, and so in that sense, it does feel like it's making fun of the genre instead of trying to again be more serious or anything. So I think it's kind of funny, and this boss, interestingly enough, and I don't know if it's just because I was getting better at the game as I was playing it, I found him to be pretty easy. And you go through these fights, you go into witch time, and after you do enough damage to each of the tentacle heads, you run along it, and then you attack the base. So pretty simple. You just got to do that 3 times, and then you do these counters when you need to, and eventually you'll do enough damage to do your climax. So, and the attacks and things you have to dodge on each of the tentacles changes a little bit, and they do get a little harder, but overall it's pretty easy stuff. So here she goes into her climax and summons this, I guess it's almost like a I don't know what that is, maybe like a snake. So that's appropriate that the snake would take out the boss with all the tentacles. And so squish him into a bloody mess, and that right there ends the chapter. Have this conversation, and I guess the minions from hell pull Justice down. So I cut most of the story and dialogue from here. One thing I'm going to talk about later, especially in the final chapter of the game, is just how much exposition this game has, and how much that I think just slows the game down. I think I mentioned this much earlier in the might have even been the prologue, that I feel the cutscenes are just way too long in this game, and it's something I hope that they really trim down in the sequel. Anyway, that is Chapter 11. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.